Alrighty, you are tuned into Soul City TV. This is your boy Apostle T, and with my brother right over here, I have the Don.
Hey,
What's going on, sir?
what's going on? Soul City TV Friday night. Oh my goodness, it's Friday night again.
It's
Getting
Friday.
getting ready for the 4th of July coming up.
Oh
And
yeah,
yeah, today is
I'm
my
ready.
granddaughter's first birthday. So we're
All
gonna light some
right.
fireworks now.
Oh
She'll be
man,
she's staying up till 9 o'clock for sure.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. That's all right. That's all right. It's her first birthday.
First birthday.
Yeah.
Man.
Are y'all gonna do a party tomorrow?
Sunday. Sunday we're
Sunday.
gonna have a little barbecue and I'm gonna make my famous summer salad. I tell you what, Soul City, if you email me at the dawnsoulcity.com, I will give you that recipe for summer salad. My kids love it. I've been making it for years and they request it.
Oh man, that's
That's
awesome.
right. Yeah, summer salad. It's out of this world. And the secret is in the sauce. It's in the sauce. You know what I
It's in the
mean?
sauce. Yes.
It's in the
Yes, I do.
sauce. Yeah.
That's all right, my friend. Well, man, definitely glad that you are here tonight. We are
Definitely.
excited. Tonight is going to be a great night, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I'm so excited about what we have going on tonight. We do have a special guest in the house, and I'm telling you guys, we've had a chance to speak with her. A little bit before the show. We'll bring her on in a little bit. We had a chance to speak with her before the show. And guys, man, she is number one. She's hilarious.
Uh,
She has us rolling over here, guys.
all right.
But she's also when it comes to blues, she is the lady of the blues. She is a lady that has done some great work, been in the industry for a number of years, won many awards, and so we're going to talk about all of that in a moment. But just so you know, our special guest tonight is Miss Freddie. So y'all, I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this. This is your teaser. This is your enticement to hang on for a minute. She has a story to tell, guys. So we're gonna get into it in a little bit. But the Don, man, I want to know what's been going on with you this week, my friend.
Work, work, work. Getting ready for a vacation here at the end of July. I rented me a camper. And because I'm in the market for a camper, but I thought maybe I better. Uh, there's a couple of different venues where you can rent from somebody else, which is actually pretty lucrative. I'm looking into that too. Like if I buy me a camper, it's not just going to sit in a yard. I'll let other people use it. Totally safe. We're going up to Red River, New Mexico, and going four wheeling on the Razor. Uh, I think that's what they call them, Razors. They're like um, golf carts on crack. Big
Oh,
cars. Yeah, you
that's
know,
scary, man.
we're gonna get muddy. We're gonna get dirty. We're gonna be rocking and rolling, right? Yeah.
Alrighty, alrighty. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in a race or even been. I don't think I've ever been on a. Yeah, I have been on a golf cart. See, I
You
just.
ain't been on a golf cart with me, buddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I
Oh
will put a
man.
golf cart through the test for
Oh,
real.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. My mama used to always get after me for breaking my toys.
Oh, there you go.
But so they made toys for guys like me who they say,
Mhm.
go ahead, try to break it. Go ahead, we dare you.
And you take them to the challenger.
I'm gonna take it to the challenge, man. I'm gonna try to break it. I'm gonna try to break it. Yeah, and
Oh
then
man. Oh
fishtails
man.
and wheelies and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
As
Well,
long as
that's
my
cool.
mama ain't riding with me. My
Oh,
mom's
it's your
riding with
mama.
me,
Oh, you know it. You know
you
it.
know.
I'm gonna tell you. One time I was driving with my mom. She had this big old long black Cadillac, man. And I was driving, and and I was young. I was probably 18, 19, and she was in the passenger seat. And I did one of those old school, what we call a pimp turn. Yeah, I rolled it, man, around the
Roll
corner
with
like
it,
that.
lean
And
with
as
it,
soon as I
roll
came
with
out of that corner, all I felt was, "Pow!"
it. I know, right?
Why don't we drive my car like that?
Well, you
Oh
sure that
man.
wasn't my mama riding with you? Because the thing, I'm telling you, man,
Oh my goodness.
this
Oh my
every,
goodness.
our trip was never complete unless my mom was in the passenger seat going. I mean, man, we couldn't even go to the mailbox. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
man.
stop, Mom. I got this, Mom. Way into the speed limit.
Exactly. I just turned the car on, mom.
Yeah, right. My sister said, "When did you install that bass in your car?" I said, "That's my mama's foot hitting the footboard." You know, you ain't got
Oh my
brakes, mama. I got this. What you
oh
want me to
my
try to do?
goodness. Oh man, you're killing me, man. I love it though. I love it. Oh man. So yeah. So yeah. I got to tell you about my week real quick. Let me tell you
Oh
about my
yeah.
week,
Okay.
man. So early in the week, I heard that we were going up to Dallas to Bishop Jake's church up there at Potter's house. So
Nice.
I'm sitting there, all week, just kind of waiting and stuff. And so on Wednesday, they recruit me to drive. I'm taking a pastor and my wife and some of the other ladies from the church. So from another church. So I'm driving. So first they pull up, for me to drive. It's this Cadillac
Wow.
Expedition or
Wow.
whatever the SUV. It's the big
Mhm,
one.
mhm.
Man, so I get in there. It's all leather seats, brother. It's a grown person car. It's not nothing for little kids. It's
Right.
everything is push button. Everything. I'm looking for the stick, and she said, "Oh no, all you have to do is pull it." Oh, okay, I see. I just pulled it out.
Whoa.
There it was so cool, man. So I,
Wow.
we roll up there, man. We get to the place, we tell them that we're guests, and the person we were guests of was Bishop Tudor Bismarck. I don't know if you know him, but we walk in, we say, hey, we're guests to him, so we roll in. And as soon as we get inside, we tell them again, we're guests of Bishop Tudor. They walk us down to the second row, right? So we're sitting there, and right before the event started, guess who walks in and sits directly in front of me? Bishop Jakes and First Lady Jakes. So, oh, are you frozen? Oh no! Looks like my man is frozen. Uh, are you still there? I'm gonna mess with him with this look. Are you still there, Don? Where you at, man? Oh, Don, you froze. You froze. I need you to come back. I'm gonna take you off while I. I need to get a picture of this. Oh, I'm gonna take y'all while you coming back. But I'm gonna finish my story though. I know you watching. So we sit there, Bishop Jakes and First Lady Jakes sit right down in front of us. So, we felt so special, man. It was the coolest thing in the world. But man, I encourage y'all, if you get a chance, I don't know who's watching, but if you get a chance, go to the pottershouse.org and look at the Wednesday night service for this past Wednesday. Bishop Tudor Bismarck, man, he wow, it was such a powerful, encouraging word. I mean, it was especially for leaders. If you're a leader, definitely go and check that out, guys. I really want to encourage you to do that. I really do, because I'm telling you, it was off the chain. But like I said, so it was cool to be around folks who are doing big things around the world, helping people, showing compassion, and not only that, teaching and training people how to do the same, calling people out of darkness into light, guys. It was amazing. It was an amazing opportunity. So, well, I'll tell you what. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? We're gonna jump into this a little bit earlier than I intended because my boy Don is gone. I'm gonna go mess with him. There he is. I see him moving. I see him moving. Where, there he
Bleep.
goes.
That's what I get for talking about my mama.
Right. Wait until you see the playback, man, and the look you had on your face with it. Oh, you gonna laugh. You are gonna laugh, dude.
Okay.
Oh man. So what I want to do, guys, I wanna go ahead and introduce you to our special guest tonight. And like I said, guys, you have you are going to laugh. You're going to cry. She has some stories for us. She's been talking to us just about some real life stuff, man. Some real life stuff. So, and our special guest, guys, is Miss Freddie. She is a blues a blues maven. She's definitely one of the most sought after blues artists in our nation. She has been doing this since, excuse me, 1996, when she first ventured out to really uh, share her gift with the world, guys. She has an awesome story, awesome testimony. She has, like I said, she's really shared some things with us that have just over the past. I'm telling you, it was y'all. It was like 20 minutes we were talking, and she just inspired us in some areas. So I want to bring her on. So Miss Freddie, are you ready?
I am ready.
There we go. There we go. All righty. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Hi, fellas. How are you?
We're awesome. We're awesome. We're awesome. Let's
So
see if we can.
before you go on, I was backstage and I was listening. Couple
Yes.
things.
Uh
A,
oh. Uh
thank you
oh.
for messing up my makeup because I couldn't stop laughing. Thank you. I'm sitting here. I said, "Oh, wait a minute. I should have my makeup kit." Well, that's not gonna work. So we'll just move on from that. Number two, I got a lot of mama stories for you, but it's when I had my possum when I was a kid. Yes, I had a possum as a pet, but we'll talk about that at some point.
Okay.
And number three, I want to sing happy birthday to your granddaughter. I love singing
Oh,
happy birthday to people,
thank you
but
so
we'll
much.
we'll get to that. Okay, you can go ahead now. I'm good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm telling you, time flies by. I mean, me and my daughter, we were both talking about the way. I can't believe she's going to be one already. Like
Yeah.
it has just gone by so fast. And that little
Yep.
girl, she's about to take her first couple of steps. She's ready.
Oh
Oh,
man.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
That's
a
she's
cool.
blessing. Yay.
yeah. So I've
And
got a
then
whole
she'll be
bunch
able
of
to take her steps and wrap Grandpappy right around her finger. Ain't that sweet?
oh,
All in one day.
I am weak when it comes to that the little girl and her. She has an older sister. Her sister's 5. That's um, she's got my heart too. But both of those girls right there, they just make me melt. You know how it is.
Oh man.
Yes.
There's just
That's
Mm-hmm.
something
so
about
cool.
grandchildren. I mean, I love my children, but
Mm-hmm.
when grandchildren, man, it's a whole different thing. Right?
Oh
Miss
yeah,
Freddie,
it is.
if we should make a song about grandchildren
We
and how
should.
special they are. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep, we
it's that
should.
special that they deserve their own little song. You know.
They do, because I have 2 boys and I have a grandson. I'm like, where's the granddaughter? That's never happening. So I'm like, where's the girl? I want to dress up somebody. Yeah, that would be great. I believe a lot of families would definitely appreciate that. And when we do the song, we got to add in the point that the grandparents do not allow the parents to chastise the kids in front of them. Really?
Mhm. Mhm.
So that'll be the hook. Really?
Not really. Little background. The chorus. Really, really?
Really, really.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's not a
Awesome.
bad idea. I have
Oh,
to keep that in mind. Okay.
Right. All right.
alrighty. So Miss Freddie, I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit of your bio. It says, here I gotta do this right here though. First. Alrighty. As Pittsburgh's lady, of a lady of the blues. Miss Freddie keeps the blues alive in her native hometown. Started singing in church at a young age. The influence of church and her mother's love of the blues gave Miss Freddie the beginning to venture in the in the world of blues music in 1996. So what was the scene like? That's the kind of, because doing something brand new, learning the culture of the music, and being a music maybe. What was the scene like when you jumped in?
Um, for me, it was a blues scene when I joined my, the first band in '96, Blues Music Works. And of course, I was I had stage fright like crazy. But the scene back then is like the stories that I've heard when I was, younger. Um, that it was alive. If you became, now this is what I heard, if you became a musician, you were privileged, you got special treatment. The more and more you climbed the ladder of success of music, the more it was out there. So back then in '96, doing blues, I mean, it was still around because you had all your greats doing them.
Mm,
And here in my city, there was like this competition of jazz because jazz
mm,
is really, like out there back then. It was jazz, rock, and then there was blues. But you still had a lot of bands, local bands doing blues. So the scene was very rich, and I think it's still rich as of today, too.
Mm.
awesome,
Wow.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me go ahead and keep reading. It says she joined BMW, which stands for Blues Music Works, under the direction of Big Al Levitt. In 2002, Miss Freddie formed her own band called Blue Phase. I like that
I
name.
like
That's a
that
great
name too.
name.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey,
I like that.
thank you.
But I like the home cooking one too.
Oh yeah, my acoustic
The
band.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a friend of mine and my percussionist kind of came up with it separately. And
Right.
so I said, "Oh yeah." And there's a story behind that because I usually sing the menus of each venue.
Oh, that's
Ah,
awesome.
And they love it. They absolutely
Wow.
love it. They're like, "Can you sing the menu tonight? Get our customer." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like,
wow.
that's my thing, saying real.
That's
But you know what?
cool.
And I did it a week and a half ago at one of my favorite. It's a small, small mom and pop place, and they had an Alzheimer benefit. So I was doing a benefit with my acoustic band,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and the guy was running sound. He's like, he handed me the menu. I'm like, "Oh, I'm not ready to eat yet." He's like, "No, no, no. Can you sing the menu?" And of course, they were doing Facebook Live, so I couldn't say no. I'm hungry. I'd like to go sit down and look at this menu.
Oh
So
man,
Oh,
so
son.
I sang the whole menu.
Oh,
The
that's
whole
cool.
menu
the
is front
home
and back.
menu.
Yeah,
Wow.
while my guys did a 1/4 and 1/4/5, like I'm singing, and they got oh, it was awesome. I had fun and people clapped. I said, "Y'all really like that, huh?"
That would be cool. That's something that I
Yeah,
would do too. Like at work, and I'll be like, I'm gonna hook you up to a trailer. You're gonna drive all the way to Kansas. It's like, and they're like, what? Huh?
okay.
But no,
Okay.
I had this one lady. She was like, oh, I love how how she call it, you sing talk or talk sing or you speak in song. That's what she said.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that
Yep.
like me and this lady were like connected for the little short period of time that she was there, because music is a connection. You connect with people through music. Now I heard
That's
y'all talking
right.
about that before we went on live,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but but blues, because when blues, like I did a little research on like the difference between like Chicago type blues and Delta type blues, and like Delta type blues is like the lyrics are very personal, you know, about life, and then there was this big move up north to Chicago and Detroit, for work, and it got a little louder. They started adding the piano and adding an more amplified sound. But
Right.
like Delta blues is just like it's like the real deal. It's the real story. They're very personal, and that that kind of connection in music is just really it just really grabs your soul. I mean, I've been in the bluegrass field for quite a while, and I don't think there's a sad bluegrass song out there. you know,
I don't
it's
know of
just all so
any.
happy. But
Yeah, I don't know of any because I listen to
mhm,
bluegrass sometimes. And that's
mhm,
because I performed with a bluegrass band. They were young kids. And I said, well, you all know I'm a blues singer.
mhm,
And they're like, yeah, but the one young man, he's like, oh, he's like, I got you, pick a song. So we picked something, everybody, well, at least a lot of people know Rock Me Baby, done by BB King and many others. And oh my gosh, I could hear the bluegrass and the blues.
mhm.
It was awesome. I said, I'm in love with it now. And people started laughing at me in the audience. I said, you all have no idea. I
Yeah.
said, it's like when I was a kid, I couldn't stand blues. I couldn't stand country because my parents were listening to that. I said, what are y'all listening to?
Mhm.
You know, in my head, I would never say that to my mother because
Right.
you just don't say that to Rose because Rose be like, what? No, no,
Well,
ma'am. You know, but yeah, I could appreciate that because my love for music is all over. I love classical
mhm.
piano, bluegrass,
Yeah.
rock. It depends upon my mood. Heavy metal, hip hop, gospel, which I sing too. So
Yeah.
it just kind of depends. Music. I have a shirt. I'm not gonna go get it now. I know where it's at. It's in a hamper. But I was telling Terrence earlier, I have a shirt that I found online and it says music is ministry. And that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to reach people through the music that I do. So
Yeah. No, in the church that I grew up in, music was a big part of
hmm
of preparing yourself for the service, of getting in the mood, of getting that worship. The worship music just sort of the singing just kind of brought you closer to heaven. Closer to
yep.
God. And I would think I was the last episode where I was talking about how um, when I first became a Christian, I didn't know how to pray. I thought prayer was weird. I thought, who am I talking to, sort of thing. So somebody said, well, just turn on Christian music and let it play throughout your house. Just let it play in your car, no matter where you are.
hmm
And
hmm
those words, those words from the Bible, those parables just had meaning. They After a while, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and it would play in my head, that verse. And now I was like, well, where did that come from? So I'd look it up in the Bible and think, oh, and then I started reading the Bible. So yeah, definitely, like like Christian music is just grabs your soul too. And I love the blues. I just love to listen to the beat and the bass and the harmonica and all that. It has its own worship value to me.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. You just gave me a song title for I'll have to get one of my friends. I have a few friends that they write music for me. And you just gave me a song title. And that's interesting that you talked about that at one time you didn't know how to pray. And so the
Mhm.
song title is I don't know how to pray.
Wow.
And nobody, please let me finish writing it. And if you want to just collaborate with me, let me just work with that, okay? That's very interesting that you say that because I tell people my oldest is 42, so I've been praying since the day he was born.
Mhm.
And it doesn't matter if it's a 3 second prayer or if it's like an hour, because I have went into prayer half an hour to an hour.
Mhm.
Sometimes
Mhm.
finding myself repeating myself.
Yeah.
And I have not missed a day of praying. Lord, if I missed a day, just let me know because I don't think now memory, my son's 42. Well, he knows that already, but yeah, and I felt like that at one time because I have been different services, churches that that I had went to, and the consensus was don't say the same prayer, and I'm like, okay, so I don't know how to pray. So I kind of like you, although I go to the daily breads. I just love those. I
Yeah.
absolutely love
Good.
to read the
Mm-hmm.
daily breads. I've been reading those for years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have the app. And so every day, every single day, I don't miss a daily bread. And that's how I find myself. If there's somebody out there I know, I pray for them, family, friends, or strangers.
Awesome.
If there's a situation, I do. I don't know, and it's interesting about my coworkers because me and my surgeon are the oldest folks in the office. So, but
Yeah, 42.
yeah, right. And I just, I listen to the stories. I get bits and pieces because I try not to get into the whole.
Yeah.
And I just say, Lord, you gotta show them. They've not learned their lesson, but you gotta show them and guide them because somehow we still all need guidance. It doesn't matter. And I'm me.
Yes.
And I know they're not going to listen to me. They might. I said, but these are, they're very intelligent, book learned. But I said, you don't proclaim to be a Christian if you swear in, three shades to the devil.
Mm, gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
and you don't say you're a Christian and nobody's perfect. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not preaching. I'm just telling you because when I was their age, I was like that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
thinking I was all that and I was a Christian, but swearing like, 10 sailors just wanted to just jump ship because of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that. You need to find yourself. Going to church doesn't make you Christian. At least that's
Mm-hmm.
my.
Mm.
You need to be a Christian 7 days a week, 24/7. Yes, people gonna make you mad. People gonna make you want to like cut their hair.
Absolutely.
People gonna make you do all kind of crazy things and things. But at the end of the day, you take it to prayer and give it to God and leave it alone.
Good, good, good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you just gave me ideas for that song. What was that title again?
It'll come to you in the middle of the night. You'll be thinking
That's
of
No,
the
no, no,
dawn.
no. I got no.
She got
I
it.
got it. I got it. I got that.
That's
Yeah. Don't
that's
ask me, but I
awesome.
got it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know you
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I know you do. We here. We here. We
Yeah.
here.
See, right? It's like we
Right.
got you. See, I said I was going to be serious, everybody. I was
No,
like,
no.
this is who
Well,
I am. And
yeah.
it's like, that's boring. Why would you want to do that? I know, right? Because if there's friends out there of mine or people that know me, they're like, that's the real person that we know. That's her. Sorry.
That's
I know
cool.
we're the interview, but I just like having fun with people.
You're good.
It's
Yeah,
important. It's
it
Yeah.
important to
is.
connect and
Right.
let people know I'm just not here
Mm-hmm.
to be here.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I am here to be with you. And when I say you, it's not only you fellas, but it's everyone out there. And that's important.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful that you give of yourself that much. You say, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us joining together, you know, for the glory of God. And
Absolutely.
I heard in your song, was it uh, Miss Miss Freddie gonna take care of you? How's it go?
I
That
love
one
that.
there.
See, that's
I
another
love
type.
that, and I was like,
Miss Freddie,
okay,
Miss Freddie gonna fix you up fine, and that
fix,
that was written by
yeah,
Mike Sweeney. God bless him. Mike has a Miss Freddie folder with all these. I said, what?
I love
Because
it.
when I'm like, Mike, what is that? He's like, well, that's your folder, really? Because he writes for a lot of musicians,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we all have our folders, but I know mine is pretty thick. I'm like, yes, I don't have to
that
worry about
is
nothing. I can just
so
go to Mike.
special. I love
But that,
that.
yeah, he's a great songwriter, as others that have written and still do write for me. But that song in particular, I'm going to tell you, it has gotten to the point that whenever I do it at a show, I said, this is for all the healthcare workers out there. I don't care if you're a doctor,
Hmm.
nurse,
Hmm.
lab tech, you should hear all the screams. I'm like, wow, really?
Wow. Wow.
This song is for you. This song is from, us to you. And people love that song. Absolutely
I
love
love
that
it.
song. Miss Freddie
It's
gonna
just,
fix
it's,
you up fine.
I love it. I just sort of pictured you like as a nurse, just tucking a pillow under somebody real gently, like just showing them the love of Jesus and telling them,
Yeah,
Miss Freddie gonna fix you up fine. Like, I got you. And then
yeah.
that just like that is so special.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
Miss
Oh, you're gonna
Freddie,
make me
all
cry.
right.
I'm trying not to mess up my
you're
makeup. I mean, come on, fellas, my
I'm
makeup's
not
in the
wearing
next
makeup, but
room.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you
I
what.
know, right?
yeah.
That's interesting you say that because I am known as the singing nurse, and
Ah.
I remember as a bedside nurse when I was working in the hospital.
Mhm.
If I have like a patient or a couple patients that I'm worried about, I would go up and down the hall singing because that
Mm.
was my way of concentrating and
Oh, your
prioritizing
heart.
what am I going to do with, patient A or patient B, patient C, three different things going on. And that was my way. And before the lockdown, the pandemic, there's a program here in Pittsburgh called Music Smiles under the Sonny Pugar Foundation,
Mhm.
and it gets local musicians to go into the different area hospitals, nursing homes, rehab centers. And my favorite place to sing is the children's hospital. I love it.
Oh,
Kids are so into music. Go kids. Yay. I
yeah,
mean,
Absolutely.
go adults too, but the kids, oh.
yeah.
And my last show was the week before we locked down last March. And I remember my last song when I'm doing a show like that is I Can See Clearly Now.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
do it a little differently. And I saw this little girl and her parents sitting there for a while. And, she was just kind of like leaning on her parents, And I said, oh, my heart's breaking. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with her. So I just started singing it. And I saw people, they were clapping. And then all of a sudden I saw the little girl sit up. And I
Mm.
said, oh, this is going to be good. I said, we're all probably going to get put out, but who cares? This little girl is like coming alive, as I call it. And I
Wow.
started singing and I went up to her and I had the microphone. I said, you're going to help me sing? God, help me sing. Just sing, I can see clearly now. Or you can sing I, and then I'll sing clear. Man, she got up there. She came up there. She started singing with me on the microphone. It was so cute. And her parents were
Beautiful.
like, their eyes got big. And I'm like, yeah, this is what happens. And the song, we try not to prolong a song, but I had to.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And then I took it in a gospel format, and this little girl, we were dancing. And so when we were done and packed up, her parents, they came up and they thanked me. They said, this is the most we've seen her active,
Oh,
alive
wow.
since she's been in the hospital. And I said,
Oh man.
my heart goes out to you guys. You don't have to tell me her story. And I told them my story. I said, I'm a nurse, and I said, this is what I do. And I said, my motto is what I do is not mine to keep.
Mm.
And, the father, he shook my hand, they hugged me. And I told the little girl, I said, I hope you get better. I said, because you still got to come and sing with me. And she's like shaking her head. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have competition. And, the parents laughed. And I said, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what I do. It's just not about, I mean, being famous is all right, I
Hmm.
guess. But at the
Hmm.
end of the day, I want you to remember me 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now as the woman
Yeah.
who, hey, I remember that one song Miss Freddie used to sing. And I was like, wow, yeah. She got
Mhm.
my daughter, granddaughter, my, whoever, got them to
Mhm.
like smile. And that's what it's all about. That's why the program's called Music Smiles.
Uh,
Wow.
beautiful.
Wow. Wow. That is awesome. That is really awesome.
Yeah.
See,
Uh,
guys, I'm just not a jokester and a nurse. I'm just, I can like bring it down a little bit.
well, yeah. One of the things I do want to ask, because we really feel like we try to launch people and try to encourage them to chase after their dream.
Yeah.
When did you know that singing was what you wanted to do, what you wanted to express with your life?
I knew that as a kid, and I didn't know till I was older that there were musicians in the family, both sides actually.
Huh.
As a kid, I loved the Motown, the Stax, from the Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel, Aretha Franklin. That's what I grew up on. And
Hmm.
so I used to sing with a friend or two in the neighborhood. We'd go around singing, and pretending like we're standing in front of thousands of people, and this is what we want to do when we grow up. And my mother bought me a pink microphone for Christmas, a plastic one. And I just thought I
Mhm.
was all that. I'm like, I'm going around singing, yeah, And so, and then there was a music teacher who lived a building over from us, and he would hear me sing. And so this was in middle school, and he asked my mom, could I join the music class? My mother said, absolutely no. She's going to take driver's ed. I can't, I couldn't back talk to my mother. Sorry. Just back
Oh,
then you
oh,
just didn't do that.
oh
Southern
no,
woman. Nope.
yes,
You
we
don't do that.
understand.
You just, you can't even look like, really? You couldn't do that. No, you don't do
Yeah.
stuff like that. My
It's a
mother.
yeah, it's a saying that we have here on the show. It's certain things that we don't do around mama and them.
Mama Nam.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Cause nope. Rose wasn't having it. And it broke my heart. But I mean, at the time I'm thinking my mom knew best. And as I got older, um, I was going to church more and I joined the choir at 15. And
Mhm.
I'm telling you, my first solo at 15, it was bad. I sounded like
Oh.
Kermit the Frog running away 6,000 times and he still ain't get away yet.
Oh no.
And I mean, it was horrible. And that's where my stage fright came in. Like,
Mm.
it was just horrible. Because, when I was done with my solo, usually in the church, amen. Oh, yeah. It was a pin was dropping in there. The pen was loud. Okay. And
Oh no.
I tell people this, they're like, you're kidding. I say, remember 15. So I never had
Mhm.
training. I never had
Mhm.
lessons.
Yeah.
And so I just started singing in choirs. I didn't do solos. And then I sang Silent Night back in 96. I was singing a cappella Silent Night to my youngest. And the guy I
Mm.
was dating was in a band. And he said, I didn't know you could sing. I'm like, I didn't know either. He said, we're looking for a singer. And he's like, why don't you come out? And I'm like, to myself. And I'm like, So he convinced me. So that's when I met Big Al.
Okay.
And Mike had built me up, to Big Al. And so the band was in one room and I was scared to death. I was so terrified. Like, I was like, I need to go home. I'm going to pass out or something. And they're like, no, 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 we'll do it this way. So they had a microphone with a 100-foot cord. I went in the bathroom, which was next door, turned on the water, and I started singing whatever, whatever. And I got in the
Wow.
band. Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
Wow.
wow.
so I think at that point when Big Al said, you're hired, we like you, we'll work with you. It took him a year.
Mhm.
Because I was telling Terrence earlier, I don't know if you got that story, Dawn. I would sit behind the band in a chair facing the wall and the band faced the audience. I did that for a whole year. I was so scared. And Big
Really?
Al said, yep. Big Al said, people want to hear you. I said, well, they can hear me. He's like, no, they need to
Mm.
see you in order to
Mhm.
hear you. And he
Yeah.
said, you got to figure out a way. So I
Mm.
knew then, I think, I'm going to be honest, I
Mhm.
knew probably maybe 10 years ago that
Mhm.
this
Mhm.
is what I'm supposed to do. I'm never
Wow.
supposed to give this up.
Wow.
Mhm.
It's not
Mhm.
for me. God, the good Lord will tell me when it's time for me to sit down and just,
Yeah.
and
Right.
I just keep moving forward. So yeah.
And
Man.
so
Well,
so stage
oh, go
fright
ahead. Mhm.
stage fright
Yeah, I
is
was going there too.
uh I know that when I first started playing fiddle um in
Yeah.
small groups, nobody could hear me only because I didn't want to be the center of attention because like the old timers didn't like that. Unless you were taking a ride, when they give you the nod, that's when you do your thing. Other than
Yes.
that, you can't you can't play louder than the banjo player. You can't play louder than the other fiddler. And so I was sort of like I was trying to be humble. Uh, maybe it was a little fright because I just was new at it and I didn't really have a um, my confidence wasn't up yet. But as I got better, I wanted to be heard. So do you think it was kind of the same with you? At first, you were like, I, I'm humble and I don't want to outdo nobody. I just want to do my thing. Like,
Um, for me, when I joined that band, it was more so I don't like rejection. I'm gonna just put it out there.
right?
I don't like
Yeah,
being rejected. I don't like
yeah.
crazy criticism.
Hmm.
And I was scared to death of if I'm singing that somebody, I'll either get a boo or how the Gong Show, remember the Gong Show? Like somebody do something
Yeah.
crazy like the Gong Show.
I do.
And I've always been afraid of that. I've been so scared, and I've been afraid to face people, to
Hmm.
look at my audience. I didn't
Hmm.
want to look at anybody. I didn't want to like feel the feelings.
Right, right.
So I think for me back then in 96 up until I want to say about 10 years ago, because 10 years
Hmm.
ago, I just said, you know what? Enough's enough. I'm the band leader. I'm the one out there.
Hmm.
Um, this isn't about me. So I've got to get over that. This
Right.
is about them.
Hmm.
And yeah, so it was a struggle because there was
Hmm.
many times I wanted to quit doing it. I said I'd rather be a booking agent. I'd rather just go out and get the gigs and call it a day.
Yeah, if that's what God
Um,
calls you to do later on. Because I've
yeah,
known people that played in bands and sang and made pretty good money, and they're just like, "This isn't for me. This isn't for me." And and then they
yeah,
become teachers. They become instructors for
yeah.
and teach what they know to the younger generation, which is, hey, that's good too if you could do something like that. But we just, yeah, I've learned that nothing's forever, and like you say, what I have isn't mine to keep.
That's
And
right.
so we keep that in mind that God's blessing us, but if we stay against His will, we're gonna miss out on the other blessings. You know what I
That's
mean? So
right.
you never know.
You're
Here in a
right.
couple years, whatever it is, Miss Freddie will be producing music. You never know.
Oh no, you know what? That's interesting you say that. I don't think I want to be in that aspect of music. I'm
Hmm.
the person that I want to go out, you give me the music, I want to go sing it.
Hmm.
I want to, I'm sure that I may be part of a production, but
Hmm.
to actually get in there and do that side of it, it's
Hmm.
tough. I've seen that side, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
God bless all you producers. We love you. We love you because that's a lot of work because you got to put
It
up
is.
with the singers, like this one here. Um, there's aspects of music that I really enjoy. I enjoy singing. I enjoy, I'm getting back into writing.
Hmm.
Awesome.
That's what I enjoy doing, and it
Right.
shows.
Yeah.
I did
Do
a
what you
show.
love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me, and I think there's been a number of bands throughout the years who say, "Hey, can you come and put some vocal tracks down?" I'm like, "Sure, I'd be glad to." You know, um, and then when I hear what I did, I'm like, "Oh, wait, I could have did this, I could have did that." And I'm calling the band. They're like, "Oh, Miss Freddie, no, that's the master. We just wanted you to." I'm like, "Really?" That's my favorite word. If you notice, really. But um, but at the end of the day, I'm humbled. I stay
Awesome.
humble because I
Oh
told
man.
somebody the day that I think I'm all that in the bag of chips, guess what God gonna do? He gonna look at me and say, guess you didn't learn your lesson.
Mm.
Uh, what do I have to do to get you to like realize? And
Hmm.
so I'm just grateful just being the woman that, can sing, can go out and sing. And by the way, I've never had vocal lessons up until I started taking vocal lessons in January, February of this year.
Oh
First
Oh
time ever in
wow.
wow.
my life. Yeah, people look at me like I'm crazy. I said, stop it. I said, there's the mechanics of music I didn't know. And my
Mhm.
vocal coach is a nurse.
There
Imagine
you
Is
that.
go.
that
There you
right?
go.
She's
Wow.
a nurse. Yeah, she's telling me all this stuff. She's
Wow.
like, didn't you do head and neck for 13 years? I said, yeah, but that's different, real low. I'm like, yeah, she can still hear me with the headphones if we're doing, the Zoom. I'm telling you, my singing has improved mechanically because there's
Awesome.
a lot of things that I was doing. I thought I knew what I was doing. I did not. And she has helped
Hmm.
me a lot. Um, and she has helped me, that song, Something to Believe in, my latest single. She has helped me get
Hmm.
through that. And I'm telling you, she's awesome. Hi, Beth Clausen. She's wonderful. Nurses rock. Teachers
Awesome.
rule. Yay.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and it's I told and I used to tell her I don't think I can sing, and she's like, really? I'm like, wait a minute, I thought I was the only one that stuff like
Yeah.
that. But she, and she's a woman of faith.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
at the end of the day, she feels, she said it's just not about that. She said you have this gift that God has given you, use
Amen.
it.
Yeah.
Use it. Cool, cool.
So yeah, yeah.
Well, that gives us a good segue. I'm actually going to go ahead and play one of your songs. I want
Ooh.
to play your latest single later on. So I'm going to
Okay.
play Wade in the Water. And which
Wow.
is, yeah,
Yes.
it's nice and smooth, man. It is bluesy. I love it. So give me one moment. I'm gonna go ahead and get this pulled up, and you guys out there will get a chance if you hadn't already, because I know a lot of your fans are probably already watching. Uh, you guys will get a chance. Look at there. See,
All right,
you
see, we're
can't
gonna
give
get
some
sing.
people some.
Look,
Look at
look, we don't need to put the music on. We just all three of us gonna sing for everybody. Ready?
There we go.
Wade in the water,
Water.
children, wade
Yeah.
in the
that.
water.
Yeah.
God's gonna trouble the water.
Oh man. See.
Wade in
Here's the
water.
problem with trying to sing with a pro.
I know, right?
I was trying to find my place in that. I just stopped. No, I'm not going. I'm not even gonna try it.
Oh, here, see now, Apostle. See, I thought you was. I thought you. You never know. I
You know,
always
you,
tell people it don't matter. It's the feeling that you have in your heart and your spirit.
that's
Gotcha.
right. You
Gotcha.
know, Apostle
Never
Hugh.
compare yourself. Never compare
Oh yeah.
yourself because guess who you competing with at the end of the day? Apostle
Hmm.
T
Yourself.
from
That's
yesterday.
it. That's right.
Hmm.
That's
You
right.
got
There you
that
go.
right.
That's
Hundred
That's
it.
percent.
right. Yeah. I
Oh,
love it.
I'm with you 100%. So here we go, and hopefully it plays like it's supposed to. So every now and then it tries to act up, but we'll see. Can you
You
guys
know,
see
you,
that yet? Nope.
not yet.
There we go. All right.
Not yet.
There we go.
Ain't in the
Right there.
water. I love that song.
I do too.
It's a great hymnal too.
I remember as a kid
Yeah.
listening to this choir. Man, I
Right.
was mesmerized. Yep.
Here we go. Beautiful picture, by the way.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Y'all hear it okay?
Not yet,
Mm,
bro.
no.
Hmm. Not in it. Let me stop share. Make sure I got the audio going. Cause I'm over here jamming.
Yeah, you are.
Of course he is. We want to hear it. No.
Audio. There we go.
Don, by the way, I taught myself to play violin and viola when I was a teenager, but I don't play
Yeah.
them now.
Oh, really?
Oh man.
I
And I
tried to.
taught myself to play the flute and the acoustic guitar. So I stayed with the flute till my oldest was about 3 and I gave it up. And then during the lockdown, I bought me a flute and
I
I'm
kind
teaching
of want to
myself to
learn
play again.
a wind instrument too.
Hmm.
Like I play
Hmm.
string instruments. I'd
Hmm.
like to learn to play when I was a kid, I used to play harmonica. I was pretty good at that.
Oh,
Hearing it?
nice.
Yeah.
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 Not yet, T.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh goodness.
I
All
heard
right.
a bit of
Well,
it.
let me work on that, guys.
Okay.
Huh?
So some of your musical
How about now?
influences are Etta James, Coco Taylor, Susan Tedeschi, and Tracy Chapman. I found was pretty interesting because um, she's got that one blues. Give me one reason to choose you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Everybody knows. And a lot
everybody
of
knows.
people like
Yeah,
that other one, Fast Car, which I
yeah,
don't
Fast
do.
Car.
I've listened to it. Yeah. Um, so yeah, Coco Taylor is my biggest influence.
Oh,
That's
really?
Big Al told me to go. He gave me names to listen to,
Oh, is
and
that right?
she was one. And I
Hmm.
just started listening to everything she did under the sun, and I love her.
Even more than
Um,
Etta
Wow.
James, because like Etta James
See,
makes me cry. I'm serious.
there's different aspects of them because Etta James is my second influence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then my list of musicians, my influence goes down the line, but Coco Taylor, Etta James, Big Mama Thornton,
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Vaughan, Billie Holiday is my favorite for women who, because there's a song on my first album that's original called Habit.
Mm-hmm.
And my producer, the guy that was producing, he said, I want you to sing it like a Billie Holiday. And
Mm.
I'm going to redo it because now it's been 11 years. And I
Oh.
love that song. I absolutely love that song. And it reminds me of Billie Holiday. So
Mm-hmm.
she's my favorite as far as singing those songs that, like, I love Strange Fruit. When I heard it, I cried like
Oh
years ago.
yeah.
When I first heard it, I said, wow. And then I read up on it, the real meaning behind it. I said, this is insanely powerful.
Oh really?
And I love the way Billie Holiday sang. I just
Mm-hmm.
love that, like my song, Got to Stop Smoking. I just, it just makes my heart yearn and burn,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
those are my biggest three influence: Coco, Etta, and Billy. Thank you much.
Yeah. Yeah. And plus you had the big band era too, with the blues and the big band kind of mixed together back then
Yeah.
with the with the Louis Armstrong kind of filling in some of
Yep.
those.
Yep.
And man, it's like I think that's where I think where the blues was like really born, where where people really started like, hey, have you heard this new sound?
Yeah.
Uh, not so much when it was Delta blues, but when it moved more north to like your area in Chicago
Right.
and in
Right.
Detroit is when people were like, hey, we're digging that new sound,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the Louis Armstrong,
Yeah.
the
Dizzy
great
Gillespie
Satchmo,
and
yeah.
Billy Eckstine, all those guys. And out the West Coast, they have that West Coast swing, that jump jive. And
Mm-hmm.
when I went out to record out San Jose at Kid Anderson's place, Greaseland, I can tell the difference between his guitar playing, my electric blues guitar player, and some guitar players I've sang with. I can tell the difference. It's
Yeah.
very interesting and I love it. But that West Coast, I call it, and forgive me, my West Coast friends, I can't think of what other name to call it. But to me, I felt that jump, jive, swing blues coming on. I said, oh man, this is happening. I love it. This is
Right.
something that people are, dancing to and they're having fun with. And it's just it's lively.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps you going, it keeps your mind and your spirit wanting more. So
Yeah.
I was happy because there's a guitar player here in Pittsburgh, Jimmy Adler, that he does that. I call it, if I'm wrong, please correct me, I don't mind being corrected, but I call it that swing blues jump jive. And I've done a couple shows with Jimmy, and I'm telling you, I love it. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
The guitar player's just up there just going. It's like, okay, I just lost 5 pounds looking at you. I'm like,
Right.
I'm not even moving with So
Are
yeah.
you talking
So
about
it's
jump jive like the Stray Cats?
yeah,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. Or
That they call. I think the kids call it rockabilly.
is that
Is
what they call
Yeah, they call
it?
it
Really?
rockabilly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the West Coast anyway. That's what they
Yeah.
call it. It's jump and jive in like the northern area, but the
Yeah.
West Coast they call it rockabilly. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
sort of it's a bluesy rock and roll type of
Yeah.
genre. But
Yeah.
still, yeah,
Yeah.
it'll get your feet moving. That's for sure.
Yep, absolutely. I lost 5 pounds watching Jimmy Adler that one time. I was doing a
Yeah.
show with him. I said, I got no energy now. Look, he got all the energy. But it's fun and it's always entertaining. So just
Yeah,
like any
indeed.
music, I think anything. Yeah.
You got that track, Apostle? Apostle T?
Uh-oh, I can't hear him.
You
Uh-oh.
can't hear?
Maybe it's coming up. I see.
He probably went to go dust off the old 45. And
Wow. You know that vinyl is coming back. I mean, vinyl is becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, it is. It is. I used to, as a kid, I remember my aunt gave me a whole bunch of record albums that I cherished for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the National Record Marts? Remember those? Did y'all have the
Oh,
National Record Marts down there? Oh my
mm,
goodness. I stayed at the National Record Mart. My mother would give me my allowance and I would go buy me my favorite 45.
oh, okay. No, we had Capitol Records where I was from.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we had National Record Mart. I mean, you could go in there and get the latest whatever.
They were known for
And
their rooftop concerts.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's to go buy, you can buy your 78, your 45s out of the National Record Mart. Um, and the last one downtown Pittsburgh, correct me if I'm wrong, is like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, maybe. I think that was the last one. So I miss that. But I love vinyl. One of my bandmates collects vinyls. You should see it. It's insane. I mean, he's got records from the 50s on up till, today. And it's 78. So I'm like, that's such a massive collection. I'm impressed. Every time we go over to his house rehearsal, I'm looking at the collection. I'm like, wow, said I need to get a record player though. I want a
Oh
record
yeah,
player because I'm
you
going to
can get
start
them
collecting
now.
vinyl.
You can get them now
Yeah,
where you can hook them up to your computer and
yeah.
and upload the album to your computer
Wow.
nowadays. Yeah.
Okay.
Apostle, what's up? You got that? You got that track? Microphone. We can't hear you.
It's kind of playing on his end because I'm looking,
Yeah.
but it's not playing.
There it
There
goes.
it is. There it is.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yay. Thank
slow it
you.
down out there for oh yeah.
Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. That's gonna trouble the water. See that host all dressed in red. God's gonna trouble the water. Looks like the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Well, away in the water. Way in the
I'm not finished waiting.
water, children, wait in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See that host all dressed in white. God's gonna trouble the water. Well, it looks like the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble the water. Well, wait in the water. Wait in the water, children, wait in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wait in the water. Wait in the water, children, wait in the water. God's gonna trouble water. See that host all dressed in red. God's gonna trouble the water. Looks like the children that Moses led. Wait in the water, children, wait. If you get there before I do, God's gonna trouble the water. Tell them gonna trouble the water. St. Jordan's water is chilly and cold. He's gonna trouble the water. Said it chills my body, but not my soul. He's gonna trouble the water. Well, away in the water. Way in the water, children. Way in the water. You know God's gonna trouble the water. I said God's gonna trouble the water. Oh, God's gonna trouble the water.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
That was fun to make because it's only 3 of us on there, if you can believe that. It's me and Kim Parent, she's in Nashville, and Jay Vernali. They're both from Nashville. He's playing the keys and the Hammond B3 effects. So, and I recorded here. Yeah, I recorded here at Audible Images. It's in the North Hills. So Hollis Greathouse is the owner, and Hollis is wonderful. He's a musician too. It's really nice when the studio owners and producers are musicians themselves, so they get a sense of you. And what's really nice is every last studio that I've recorded here in the area and even in Ohio, they're like, Miss Freddie likes this microphone is that, it's just nice that I don't have to worry about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to go in and say, okay, I like this, like this, knowing that I don't know what I'm talking about. So, but it's really nice. And when Mike Morgan, I don't have to worry about stuff like that. But Mike Morgan produced it. He's out of Ohio. Thank you, Mike. Because he came to me. I thought I was just laying down vocals for a song. He says, no, I want to showcase you on a single. And I never did a single before. Yeah. So he told me, go find a song, a spiritual, and Wade in the Water stuck with me because I already do it with both of my bands. And so, when the 3 of us got combined, it was, I said, this is cool. And it's been used. There was a play done here in February for Black History Month, and a local actress, she used in her play Sojourner Truth, the play about her, and they used part of Wade in the Water for that. So I was, I'm happy about that. I'm glad, because people are like, when are you going to sing gospel? For years, when are you going to sing gospel? So I'm starting to incorporate gospel in what I do, and people, the audience really likes that. Like, they love that. Yeah. Because especially I do Wade in the Water very differently from the acoustic and the electric blues band. Electric blues band is more, it's more, it's got that gospel blues feel. And then when I do with the acoustic, if anybody or you all remember who Ava Cassidy was, we kind of do it like a version like she, did. And I love Ava Cassidy. I love her voice. May she rest in peace. She, she left this earth too. So yes, I love her voice. Go listen to her sometime if you don't know who she is. And
she's been on a couple of commercials lately. Her Somewhere Over the Rainbow song has been on a couple of recent television commercials. Yeah. And man, the way she sings, I mean, there's probably 100 different versions of Somewhere Over the Rainbow out there. And they're all great. They're all great. That old classic never gets old. But man, when she sings, it made me, the first time I heard it, I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's just her guitar. She's a really, really great guitarist on top of that too. And
her
singing,
She just left this world too, well, to me it's too soon. I think she was 33 when she passed away. I think she had some
Skin
form of
cancer.
cancer. Yeah, yeah,
Skin cancer. She had and her bio said that she had like some pain in like her hip or something like that, and it turned out to
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But
And she was
God bless
just
the
starting to
music that
become
she has left.
she was just starting to become popular. I mean, she was big
Yes.
in Europe, in England,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then right when her popularity started coming to the States is when she passed away. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
But her music lives on, and Miss Freddie,
Absolutely.
your music and the way you do it, the way you sing from your heart is going to live forever. So man, I tell you, you should be pretty proud of that your music is touching so many souls and will for years and years and years to come. And that's a
Um,
wonderful
that's
thing.
my hope. Thank you.
Yes,
That's my hope. And like I say, I am humbly thankful, very grateful, and I feel
mhm,
very blessed that, I found a great vocal coach who has taught me some things, taught me to
mhm.
be, yes, you live by that motto. What you do is not yours to keep. So you give that, you prove it, and at the end of the day, the only one I'm competing with is Miss Freddie from yesterday. Man, she was kind of
Oh.
tired yesterday too, so today I'm like more live. I haven't had my coffee yet, fellas. Look out, it's the weekend. Yeah.
That might be my next tattoo. What's
Ooh.
mine is not mine to keep. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the music has brought about, it's kind of interesting because I had to sit back the other day
Hmm.
and realize exactly what I'm doing musically. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, am I doing all of this?
Right.
And at my shows, whether it's the electric blues band or the acoustic band or my duo act, I always say, a short prayer. And then I, and then at the end, I always say, thank you, Lord, for this, because without you, where would I be?
Amen.
Nowhere. Where would I be? It ain't
Right.
all about me because I ain't all out in a bag of chips. I'll tell you in a minute. I don't care what you say. I might be high maintenance, but nope. That thought and in my heart is not there to be acting like that. So,
I got
you
you.
know,
Hmm. In your charity, you do a lot of charity. I understand. Some of them include a VFW, Toys for Tots, Relay for Life, Cancer Society, Pink Day,
yay. Yeah.
Leechburg, PA fundraiser for
Yeah.
breast cancer, local
Yes.
VFWs. Thank you for supporting our vets. That's
Oh,
wonderful that
absolutely.
reach out to
Oh,
our
yeah.
vets
Yeah.
and sing to stop domestic violence. Do you also do charities for first responders?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying, let me go back because I've done so much. Let me go back and see. No, not since the pandemic. And if I have, somebody's going to remind me and say, Miss Freddie, remember that one time you did something?
You remember that one time?
I'm gonna have to start keeping journals of what I do. I
Yeah.
probably have. I have sung for uh wasn't the firefighters? I think it was for policemen a while back.
Hmm.
I've done that because I have family members who are in law enforcement. I mean, hey,
Wonderful. Hmm.
that's just what they do, and they do what they do every day. But
Hmm.
yeah, I love doing the charity events, and I'm thinking when this is over with, people are like, "Oh, can you do?" And I never say no, which I am told you need to stop doing that. It's okay to tell people no. I said, I feel very weird because I'm a cancer survivor twice,
Right.
breast cancer. And so that's why, I didn't get a call for the Relay for Life this year. They probably didn't want to start back up. They'll probably do it. But every year I've done a couple Relay for Lives here in my area. Pink Day in Leechburg, big breast cancer. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It's so huge. You all, if you ever come to Pittsburgh, September,
Mhm.
they have called Pink Day in Leechburg, Pennsylvania. It has gotten so huge. Thank you, Sherry Jackson Price. She's awesome. She's a
Awesome.
one woman, like I said, you could plan my wedding. Because I said, if I get married, the whole world's going to want to come. They're like, Miss Freddie's getting married, y'all. Look, can you believe it? Well, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
don't
like, I
forget.
can't get married.
Come on
Send me
now.
an invite, girl. I want to
Yeah,
come.
we'll be there. We'll we'll
But
we'll, we'll broadcast it live for you.
Be like, I'm here. I'm with the
y'all
band.
know I'm
I'm
gonna
with the
hold you.
band.
Yeah,
With the
yeah. Oh, there you go. You know I'm gonna hold you to that, Rain. It's
Absolutely.
like y'all know that. Remember those two guys I interviewed? Oh yeah, they said they were gonna come and broadcast live. Yep, let's call them. But seriously though, I really enjoy doing charity events because I did my very first charity event. I put together an autism benefit because my youngest is on the autism spectrum, and the support that I got from the community, it was so nice. I have a friend that's a nurse, retired nurse, and she's a massage therapist. So she brought her chair. This was like several years ago. She brought her chair. There were local bands who, they're like, "Hey, we heard you're doing this. Can we do it?" And I could. I think I have 4 or 5 bands because it gets kind of bogged down when you have like a lot of people and you only have the venue. And the venue was gracious enough to donate food for the event, and it's so nice. I love putting together charity events, but I said, "Ugh, that's enough. I want somebody to put it there and I'll show up." It was tough, but I loved it. And at the end of the day, I raised enough money where I gave it to the Autism Society. So,
Awesome.
it was great. But I used to work for the VA. And up until 3 years ago, I was there from 2008 to 2018. And then I went back to the healthcare system here in Pittsburgh, one of them. But do you know what I used to do for the VA? When
What's
when
that?
when some people found out that I was a singer, thank you. I used to do their butterfly ceremony. And if a lot of you don't know what the butterfly ceremony is, it's to recognize all the veterans that had passed away the
Mm.
previous year up until,
Oh,
the current year.
yeah.
And you mentioned Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Guess who sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow
No.
one year? Yeah.
Is
Wow.
that right?
That was very hard. And my guitar player, he's a multi-instrument player. So he
Yeah.
did there's a piano in the lobby, excuse me, at the VA in Pittsburgh. And so he played it on piano. Now, mind you, did we rehearse? Of course not. We had to get there early so I can go over the
Right.
song. I'm like, on the spot, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Mike, I don't think I could do this. I did it.
Wow. That's awesome.
And it was beautiful. I did that for several years, like pick different songs that I had to sing. And then they had the organ donor. Thank you. And I've sang for that. So I sang in a couple of their one nursing home they have. So I've done, thank you veterans out there for what you do. I've got relatives who are veterans also. So thank you for your service. I really appreciate y'all. I do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm a
really do.
United States Navy
Darn, I
sailor.
thought he was going to say Air Force because I'm partial to the Air Force. Ah,
I just
I
didn't
wanted
like
to
wearing
join the Air Force and they wouldn't let me back in the early 80s. I had to
me
sign over my
neither.
son. And I said, "Are y'all crazy? I'm not giving my son to my mother.
Right.
What?
Right.
No." I said, "No, I'm never going to see combat. Come on." Back in the early 80s,
Oh
my
yeah.
son was about 3. Yeah, nah, yeah. I said, and
Yeah.
then the recruiter said, "No, you do." He said, he was really nice. He was really trying to get me in. I said, "I am not signing my kid over to my mother. Are you nuts?" I said, "I got to come back and deprogram my child. I love my mother, but there's no way on this planet." And you know what? I cried a little bit because I'm like, I really
Oh
wanted to get in the
shucks.
Air Force. I really wanted to, yeah. And I said, that thought of no deprogram, that was a lot of deprogram I would have had to do.
Oh
That'd have been
man.
like 10. How to deprogram your child after like a couple years. It would take me 10 years. I'm like, no. And then I'd age another 15. I'm like, no. So
Oh
so
shoot.
combination, he'd be 25 and he's still 5, by the time
Yeah.
I came back. No, no, that's
Hmm.
not working for me. But I
Understood.
love my mom. She's great. May she rest in peace. She knows me. She
Gotcha.
knows me. That's why, I miss my parents, my one sister, a lot of my friends, but um it's always nice to have memories to,
Yeah.
I said, I'm no longer sad, you all. I said, I remember some times, especially when I had my possum, but that's another time. So yes, I had a possum for a pet. Okay. Don't laugh. And
All
her name
right.
was Mina. I think they're the cutest things. They are so cute. Y'all
All
looking
right.
at me like, for real? You know they eat them things, right? Yeah,
But
my
well,
mother
yeah, I'm about to say
threatened.
we here in the South,
Nah,
so
I
ain't
don't.
nothing to
Yeah.
walk up.
Well, look, my mother's from the South. My mother used to cook everything on the planet.
Yeah.
And science teacher brought home the baby possums. He brought them to the school. Mother got killed, babies live. And he
Mhm.
had them in a little box. And I looked and I saw this little the runt of the litter. She was so cute, make a little squeaky sound. I'm like, oh, took her home. My mother is like, she looked, if you knew Rose, the look. She'd be like, and I'm like, and I said, I got to play this up. I got to really beg, please, mom, let me. She's like, all right, you take care of her. You can't let her around the house because if you let her around the house, you're not going to see her no more. And I'm like, I'm this 9-year-old. What is she talking about? I know she ain't about eating a possum. That's just nasty and wrong. So she took the bird cage. She fixed it up. And then as Mina got bigger, she had a wooden crate, fix it up and cut a hole. I'm like, why is she cutting a hole? She ain't loud out. I came home from school one day, real quick. Sorry, y'all. Came home from school one day and I hear this weird noise. I said, what is that? I'm thinking something's wrong with my baby.
Mhm.
Here, my mother had that possum in the kitchen and my possum loved fried eggs. So
Oh yeah.
she's standing there and looking at my mother fixing it. And my mother steady talking to it. I'm like, you can't say nothing to my mother. You go like, I thought she went loud and ran in. I didn't do that. I was saying it in my mind. I said, oh, that's all I kept saying was, oh, And my mom had taken her to the vet, and the vet thought my mother was crazy. She said, this is my daughter's pet. So she got the possum her shots. She had a leash. The end.
Wow.
And when she lived for 2 years, found her dead under the couch. I cried for 3 days. My
Mm.
mother thought she was gonna have to take me to the ER. My mother said, I hope you cry like that when I die. I'm like, you ain't gonna die. She did. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My friends are like, you're kidding. They're like, we can't get past the thought that you had a possum. I said, honey, I had snakes. I played with praying mantis.
Oh
I played
man.
with beetles. I said, I should have been living in the woods until I saw a black-widow spider, and I'm scared to death of spiders.
Oh,
There. Now y'all know my secret. Yeah.
gotcha.
Will not touch a spider. Little black spider come jumping. I'm like, I'm done. I'm
I hear
gone.
you. I hear you.
I'm running faster than FloJo. Thank you.
Well, let me ask you a question. You brought up earlier, and you talked about being a cancer survivor. How did that encourage you as far as new life? I know going through it definitely. You're trusting that God is going to bring you out. You trusting that things are going to work out, and you really believe in and hoping for the best. So coming out of that, what new insights or what things changed in your life, and what did you feel like you had to change and had to get in line with your destiny?
Um, having taken care of breast cancer patients after their surgery and watching what they went through, I tried to be as compassionate as possible without that feeling sorry, because a lot of people don't want you to feel sorry for them.
Right.
A lot of people. And then when I was diagnosed, I was devastated. I went through the stages of denial. I'm mad. Why me? God, really? Really?
Mm.
And it tested my faith. I cried for 24 hours after diagnosis. And then my
Hmm.
mother called me one day, and I had both my kids at the time, both my sons. And my mother, she didn't know what to say to me. And she says, you have to get yourself together because you got those kids. And we hung up, and I thought about it, and I said, she's right. So I went into prayer, and I really had to test my belief in what God would bring forth to me,
Mm.
what he would show me, and where he would take me.
Hmm.
And I went through some things. And, it was a new appreciation of what was going on.
Gotcha.
And I said, now I know how my patients feel that are diagnosed with cancer, period. And then breast cancer, because I'm getting ready to lose a breast, but I had the reconstruction. But then it came back a second time, and I said, okay, here we go. Called my surgeon. It's back. How do you know? I just know. Went into the office, had already requested off the following week, just in case. It came back positive. He said, when you have the surgery, I said, how's your next Wednesday?
Wow.
Took me into the OR. And, I have to tell you, and a lot of people may not understand this, and I did not start appreciating this, but I not only give thanks to God for the good things, what we as human beings feel is a good thing, but I also thanked him for every last bad situation, person that was in my life. And when I'm asked about that, I said, because that is an experience that I have up here and in my heart.
Yeah.
And it will teach me, don't you do that no more. Don't be hard-headed. Remember that what happened the last time. And if the situation presents itself, whether it's good or bad, then I may have a handle on it by the grace of God. And it brought me to the fact that when I was diagnosed the second time, silly me, surgery on Wednesday, got discharged on a Friday, had a show that night. The club owner said, you can cancel it. Bandmates are like, we don't mind if you cancel it. You got to go home and rest. Miss Freddie said, oh no, we're going to do that show.
Woo!
I didn't have any pain, but I tell you, I was so swollen. I said, oh, please, Lord, is this your way of telling me? You should. I've been trying to tell you through other folks. You wasn't listening. And so, I that made me realize whatever comes before me, I tell people God has thrown a brick at me. He's trying to get my attention. I said, he's shaking me a little bit. I said, he shakes me a lot when something that we think is tragic or just mind blowing and earth shaking. And so that's where to answer your question, that's where, I'm slowly but surely, as time just keeps going on, I'm really trying to be aware of what I'm to do and of other people. Because at the end of the day, I'm telling you, we all need each other. We do. We just need each other so bad. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've heard, my friend has called it a spiritually awake.
Yep.
And I think I was talking to the guys on a previous episode, is kind of like you remember when you first started driving and the person in the passenger seat was kind of like the co-driver, but you had your both hands on the wheel and you were all eyes and all ears. You were open to instruction. You were open to criticism. You were open, wide open. And that's how it is. When God finally wakes you up, when your spirit gets awake, you're like, okay, God, tell me where you need me. Tell me where you want me. I'm going to do whatever you bring to me. And it may not be what I want.
Yeah.
It might be
wow.
That big seed coming back. But Lord, I know you're going to bring me through it. And the worst thing that can happen, or the best thing that can happen, is you take me to heaven with you. Amen.
Amen to that.
And I leave behind my legacy. And then that's to be a spiritual awake. And that's when we start paying attention to our legacy, what we going to leave behind. And I don't know.
Yep.
I'm 50 some years old now, and I'm telling you what, I am awake, and I don't never want to lose contact with my Father, because he's got a plan. He's got a plan for each and every one of us. And whatever we've been through is only making us better for when the time comes when we get to meet him face to face. Amen. Hallelujah.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Amen. Hallelujah to that. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree to, because that is so important. Like I said, I've come across people who have some kind of religious belief and some who don't believe in God. But I'm going to tell you something. They know them gospel songs. And I'm going to tell you the most requested song, Christian song, because my acoustic guitar player loves it. He's like, you got to sing Amazing Grace. I said, dude, that's a funeral song. I've sang that at people's funerals. But he's like, no, 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 no. And so, I had to go to prayer about that. I said, Lord, is this really? I said, is it because I'm singing it sad because I've sung it at people's funerals, family
Mm,
members' funerals? I said, what am I supposed to do with this?
mhm.
And I let it go. I used to be like, okay, come on, I got to, what? No, he will come and give you a message in his own time. It ain't about my time or, somebody else's time or the other person's time. It's in God's own time. And I'm telling you, the more I thought about it and I said, okay, I'm going to let this rest. I'm going to let it rest. And then next day I know, I'm texting my acoustic guitar player. I said, Mike, okay, we can add Amazing Grace into our, what we're going to do gospel, because we're doing a gospel show in August. And
Awesome.
I said, sure, we can add Amazing Grace. I said, but I don't want to sing it like I sing it a funeral. I want to sing it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing Grace, how
Mm,
sweet the sound. I said, throw some blues in
yeah.
there, some
Right.
R&B, soul. I don't care what you do, make it rocky. But I
Yeah.
don't want to. May I said, because that to me it'll start me crying and I won't be able to finish the show.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So it's important, and I said it's important to reach people, no matter what
Yeah.
you sing. Somebody in the audience knows
Hmm.
what you're singing, even if it's an
Hmm.
original. Even if it's
Right.
an original, you'd be surprised. So yeah, I
Awesome.
can. It's just so important. It's so
Yeah.
important. I can't just stress that enough.
Aw-
No, you're
Awesome.
right.
Awesome.
I've been
Well,
listening to your music all week, and I'm telling you, I'm addicted to you, Miss Freddie.
I say he a fanboy now. I can tell by he's just excited and
You
just
got me.
talking and really talking. I'm like, this cat is
Oh,
he is a fanboy today.
oh, thank you
Don't
so
make me
much. I
blush.
do
It's already
appreciate
hot in
that.
here.
I do. Oh, look, and he can't have hot flashes. That's my round. So, you know.
Well, Miss Freddie, we definitely appreciate you so much. I know that again, you've been a cancer survivor. You dealing with just some of the things that you shared with us over the past hour and a half. That and then your life in prayer every day. You talk about how you pray every day. I want, if you could take about 20-30 seconds, give a short prayer to folks who are in need, folks who are looking for change and an opportunity to really see something different in their life. They may be going through a health scare, they may be going through
Oh,
change in family and
yeah.
things like that. They may be dealing
Yeah.
with some things. So if you could take
Hmm.
a few moments to do that for us.
Absolutely. I'd like to take us all into prayer. And before I do that, I want to just say, be thankful. It's no matter
Mhm.
what you're going through, because we all have something that we have been through.
Mm,
And what I want to say is no matter what, no matter who, don't let nothing or no one drag your spirit down.
awesome.
And I take us into prayer. I ask, Lord, thank you so much for bringing us all together. Thank you for giving us this day and many days. Yes, we have gone each through things that we don't understand and we question why. But Lord, I know through your grace, and if you take us under your wing, we will be strong by your
Mm,
grace.
yes.
I ask that you bless the show. I ask that you bless these two gentlemen. I ask that you bless all the speakers, the guests that they've had on their show. I've asked that you bless the audience. Bless us all on this earth, Lord. Guide us. Give us a chance to do your will and to be guided by your will. Give us a chance to love each other, Lord. Give us a chance. Show us how to love you as we should love each other.
Mm,
I ask all of this, Lord, in your Son, Jesus Christ's precious name. Amen.
amen.
Amen. Amen. And Miss
Beautiful.
Freddie, we know, I mean, just by our experience with you today, we honor you first off. We thank you so much
Yeah.
for taking time out to spend with us tonight. We really, really do appreciate you.
Oh, you're
Appreciate you.
welcome.
Yeah, we
Oh,
appreciate your
thank
heart,
you.
man. You have a heart
Thank
that
you.
is, I mean, being a nurse and being as jovial as you are and as loving. I mean, you can hear the passion in your voice, and we thank you so much for not just sharing your gift, but sharing yourself. And we know
You're
that
welcome.
you're a light in dark places.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, don't forget, I'm supposed to sing happy birthday to his granddaughter.
Oh, go
Oh,
for it,
okay.
go
All
for it, and
right.
then
Y'all
then
ready?
afterwards
Okay.
we'll play something to believe in after that.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Here we go. And I don't have to know her name. I'm good. Oh, look.
Eliza.
She's a, oh, okay. Oh, Eliza. Oh, that's so
Eliza.
pretty. Okay, here we go.
Eliza
Ready?
Jane.
One,
All right.
two, three.
2, 3.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you.
you. Hold on. Stop. 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 Stop
Wait,
that.
I
He
can only
reminds me
sing
of
the
my
high
electric
part.
guitar player, G-Man. I'm like, quit that. What are you doing? Wait, this is for Eliza. We got to do this
Okay, for
right. Ready? We're
Eliza.
going to start
Okay.
together. Ready?
You're
One,
Okay.
killing
All
me.
two,
right.
You're
start.
killing
Ready?
me.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to
to
you.
you.
First of
Hey,
all, you know
Happy
the
birthday.
show's almost over. You
yeah,
can't
hey,
go that
yeah.
slow.
Let me help you out, Don. I'm about to
Okay.
Here
mute
we
you.
go. Ready? Ready? Come on, all three of us. Ready? Ready?
All right.
Ready?
Happy
Eliza,
birthday.
forgive us. We love you, honey. We're trying to get this together because it's your
We
birthday.
sang.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, here we go.
You take the lead.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
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 you,
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
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 day
to
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 you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear Eliza Jane.
Eliza. See how long you can hold that one. Happy birthday to you.
awesome, awesome,
You
awesome.
guys actually sound pretty good. I'm
Mm,
listening. I'm like, oh, we're gonna have to sing
You
something together next
you
time, you
muted
know.
my mic.
I had to,
I
brother.
did not mute your mic. It wasn't
I
me.
had to, brother.
I
I'm so sorry.
I had nothing to do with it.
We had to
I
give
was just
Elijah.
trying to direct
Yeah,
it.
we had
I
to give
know.
her a real gift, man. It was deep
All
right
right.
there, man.
I was lip syncing,
Just let
okay?
Eliza know it's from her grandpap.
There
So,
Oh,
you
you know,
go.
he got me to, and I wanted to do it because I think that's like so cool.
it is
Awesome.
So
cool.
I love singing happy
Miss
birthday.
Freddie
I do.
sang happy birthday to my granddaughter. I'll never
Uh,
forget this
Yay.
moment. Thank you.
that's it, exactly. Well, thank you so much, Miss Freddie. We love you. We really, truly love you, and we want to
Thank
say
you.
thank you because you're amazing. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
You're very welcome. I appreciate you all. I love you all.
Thank you.
And it was fun. It really was. And I know some of my
It
friends out there
was.
were like, so when were you serious in this interview? Really? Didn't you get the parts? No, because you had me laughing so much. What's wrong with you? I said, but
And
see, that's a good thing. I said, that ain't nothing but God's business. Think
right,
about that
that's
for a
right.
minute.
That's right.
that's right.
And
That ain't nothing but God's business.
my
Exactly.
best to you and your singing, your upcoming concerts. I hope you just bring them in, because I know with your
Thank
music
you.
that you're gonna bring them in, or you're gonna reel them
Thank
in
you.
good.
Without a
Thank
doubt.
you.
Without a
Oh yeah.
doubt.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks
So
everybody out there. And thank you, Michael Stover. I gotta throw that in. MTS
yes,
Management. Thank you to my
yes.
bands, my bandmates and my friends and especially my family, and most of all to Lord on High. Because without
Awesome.
him, I wouldn't be able to take this journey and to continue the journey. So I am very grateful and thankful.
Awesome. Awesome. Well,
All
thank you
right.
so much. And here we go with the song, the new release, Something to Believe in, guys. Here we go.
Ooh, everybody meaning for salvation, a haven in the storm. Tell you now, we all need something to believe in. We all need a light to see us through. We all need something to believe in. I found something to believe in you. I was like a wayward ship that's drifting out to nowhere, tossing in the raging waters, trying to find my way home. You must be an angel watching over me, and loving on my heart. Now I know I'm not alone. We all need something to believe in. Yes, we all need a light to see us through. We all need something to believe in. I found something to believe in you. Now that I found you, I'll never let you go. Now my search is finally over. You're the only truth I'll ever